fresh from the farm, this week's Mystery Market Box delivers squash, one of my family's all-time favorite foods. It's filling, so we snack less, and full of nutrients. Creating a stuffed squash mix is my easy go-to batch cooking dish. Endless options, which means there are no rules. Put in whatever feels right for you. Like all of my meal prep, I start by safely bringing my power protein meat to room temp, ready for easy searing in the sauté pan later, with a generous sprinkle of salt for flavor. Use whatever ground you have in the freezer. Here I have 2 pounds of a beef organ meat mixture with off-the-charts nutrients and gut-healing properties. And I get this isn't always everyone's favorite, but I have a secret for making it taste delicious. Every Saturday, I make a big batch meat braise for the week, and I reduce the sauce into a gravy to freeze to enhance many of my quick weekday meals. More on this later. Set your meat aside for now and on to veg prep. My secret to easy cutting of a squash? Place a sharp knife securely on the top of the squash, and then I use what I call my melon mallet to pound on the blade, letting the knife do the work. And your hands are free from the knife slipping and risking a cut. This tear-shaped squash is a red curry with a chestnut-like flavor, and the orange skin is so tender once it's cooked, you can eat it. Scoop out the inner seeds and strings. I use my large measuring spoon. Place the squash on your handy and dependable sheet pan. Drizzle with heart-healthy fat like extra virgin olive oil, and a generous sprinkle of kosher salt. Since it's autumn, I'm also sprinkling with my favorite cinnamon. Massage the oil and seasoning into the meat of the squash, then turn the squash face down for beautiful caramelization while cooking. While our squash roasts, we continue by prepping our kale leaves, also in our weekly market basket. Hold one end of the stem and pinch to strip. So easy. Holding the leaves, twist your grip in opposite directions to tear. This week's market box also came with fresh harvest apples, so why not throw them into our stuffing mix? Crisp, delicious, and a hint of sweetness. Simply cut off the core and dice. Last are aromatics. Cut off the ends of your onion, slice into halves, and then again into quarters for an easy peeling of the outer skin. Then a rough chop. For garlic, which you always want to have on hand, snap off a clove or two, clip the root end, and smash with the flat surface of your knife. The best 5-second method for peeling fresh garlic. With our ground meat at room temp, we fire our burner for a medium hot pan, a small swirl of extra virgin olive oil, and I squeeze out bite-sized pieces of our ground as I place them in the pan. Be sure to give space for the steam to rise for crispier pieces. With 2 pounds of total ground, I sauté in 2 batches. Be sure to hold back the extra rendered fat. It's healthy in that it's not processed lubricant oil that you buy off the grocery store shelf, but we still don't need too much in our diet. Add your onions to crisp up with your ground meat, then a pressing of minced garlic. Stir to combine, and then the secret ingredient, a couple of cubes of reduced meat braise broth, saved from your weekly power protein I mentioned earlier. Plate your meat mixture and on to the next batch, a simple warming of your kale greens. You don't want to sear your greens, of course, but rather soften with a steam. First, a sprinkle of salt for seasoning, then a swirl of about 2 tablespoons of water, and cover for about 90 seconds. Luscious green, fiber-filled kale that's easy to digest. Add back in your meat mixture, and then pull your squash from the oven. Simply scoop the meat from the gourd into your meat mixture and kale. Oh, I wish how you could smell how buttery and sweet this is. Oh, and don't forget your fresh fall, crisp apple bites, a touch of a sweet surprise. Even though this is called stuffed squash, our rinds didn't really hold up after cooking in this particular variety, and that's okay. Most times I just serve in bowls anyway. A hearty, warm autumn dish that's sure to satisfy. Enjoy.